Hello and welcome to Launerin's Gamerscore and welcome to the new Fin Fan Friday or Final Fantasy Friday for those who don't like my weird abbreviations. We're just going to jump straight into it and we'll talk as we go, so let's jump right in. We rejoin Cloud where we left off after just getting off the train. And made our way here to this guy that appears to be peeing. So this that we're looking at now, that we're talking about, I think we get to see it as well. Yeah. So this is one of the pillars that holds up kind of the nicey place up the top above the slums. So there are lots of these, and as the gentleman said when we were talking to him, if the pillar were to come down, the slums would be destroyed completely. Alright, see you later. Okay, so Barrett's calling me. So before we go through, there's one thing that has been bugging people, some people at least, about the remake, and that is going to be the save system. So obviously in this we have the save points. So there's a lot of speculation about how the save system will work. It could be that they keep the save points kind of in place but replace them with something that looks a little bit more natural, like some sort of computer system or like a terminal that you go to register your progress or something along those lines. Personally, I think that they will do away with the save system altogether and just have it so you can basically save any time, like in most games that have been released in recent years. So this is Sector 7, and so we're going to just go and have a little bit of a poke around, see what's going on. Well, that's made me feel terrible. So essentially this part of the game is basically you make your way up into this room here, talking to this chap here. Oh yeah, it's all terrible. So doesn't appear to be much happening in there. But if you go back to that room, which we will at some point, no, it does not make me sleepy. So yeah, this room below us here, if you go there a little bit later on, there's a whole tutorial section that you can find out various things about how the game works, about the game dynamics. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Charming. No, closed. you going to let me in now? There we go. So this here is Seventh Heaven, which is the bar owned and operated by one of the characters in the game. Just coming out from behind the bar now, in fact. Looks like everything... No. This is Tifa. So I won't really go into it too much, but what I will say at this juncture is that I am going to be talking a little bit about things that happen within the game. So with that in mind, there are going to be some spoilers. I might accidentally say something, or I might say something on purpose. But this is essentially your disclaimer that if you basically want to experience the story of the remake for the first time with the bits at least that are included in the original game, then it's probably best that you don't watch this series of videos. But otherwise, feel free to tag along on this little journey we are taking. Yeah, why not? Roly-poly wedge. So, I'm not entirely sure, but it seems, at least from the trailers, that Jessie might be some sort of love interest in the remake. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure on that. It just seems to be what's kind of implied. So, Seventh Heaven is Tifa's bar, but it is also the headquarters of Avalanche, the terrorist organisation that we are part of. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how they do the entrance, because the animation, like, it's nice that they've got a secret kind of passageway that's inside a pinball machine, but I'd like to see how they elaborate on that or do something with it. While Tifa's going to make me a drink, we're going to have a little drink at the bar, and kind of... I was in Soldier, yes. So, this is the Avalanche HQ. You've got... Yeah, so we've got a lovely little underground bunker. Why are you so sure, Cloud? Ooh, that's a bird. So there's all things like this as well that I'm looking forward to seeing in the remake. Just some of the weird stuff that goes on. Yeah, that's it. Sounds like Cloud might not be sticking around. But we've just named another character, so obviously he is for a little bit at least. Just going to walk out. Yes, so Tifa and Cloud were friends when they were younger. There we go. And this particular scene was in the most recent trailer, I believe, as well, if only very briefly, and they got the clothes and kind of the postures of both of them pretty much spot on. I think Cloud's clothes are a slightly different colour in the remake, but Tifa's dress is just like the one that she's wearing in this. It's, well, I say just like, it's less polygony. Join Soldier and become a massive, like, beast of a warrior like Sephiroth, the great Sephiroth. Oh, he must be such a cool dude, that Sephiroth. Oh, I bet he's cool. I can't wait to meet him. So this is the promise she was talking about. So if he ever joins Soldier and becomes first class and she's ever in trouble, Cloud will always come and save her. Aww. Bless him. Young love, eh? So yeah, in case you didn't quite catch on, Tifa is basically a love interest in this as well. So it's not just a fighty, stabby thing. And all of the times that basically Tifa and some other characters ask you questions and you get to pick an answer, a lot of those questions do have repercussions later on in the game. Depending upon which options you choose. There we go. Yeah, do it for double that. That's some hard negotiating there. An entire 1,000 gil, or Jill. And they make him sleep on the floor. What? How ridiculous. So, obviously, Marlene, the little girl, is working the bar like a normal child would. So we're going for the Sector 5 reactor this time. So materia. So the materia basically functions as you basically have slots in each of your weapons, and you can fit materia into those slots, and each materia does a different kind of thing, and it basically enables you to call upon magic. Later on in the game as well, we also get summons, which call forth powerful monsters to aid you in battle. There's also link materia, which is blue. I can't remember the proper name for it, but it basically gives an added effect to any materia that you equip. So Cloud's brief explanation will kind of go through most of that now. So we choose a slot to put materia in, and then we scroll down the list of materia. So for example, restore materia will restore health. You have lightning materia, which casts bolt, earth, which casts quake, and they're all basically elemental magic attacks. Excellent. That's all there is to it. Quick unequip as well, which is always handy. Yeah. So that's another thing as well. When you equip materia, as you can see on the screen now, like when you equip the restore materia, your strength goes down slightly, but your magic ability goes up. You lose an amount of health, but gain an amount of magic points that's used to cast magic. So if you basically equipped all of your magic on one person, they would become like quite weak but really good at casting magic, and wouldn't put up, would probably fall to one hit from like big bosses and things like that. And then obviously there are other materia do different kind of effects as well. And then you get pink materia. I think it's safe to call it pink. I don't think it can be construed as any other colour at least. Which kind of does that, it gives you basically like a passive effect on your character. I will handle the material, don't worry. Okay. Right, so let's just quickly demonstrate that. So if we go into Cloud, I've got lightning and ice equipped, and now I have restore as well. So let's just go back into there. So if we equip restore on Tifa, as you can see, when we equip it, the health goes down and up, etc. Her MP does not, because like 2% of 40 is like none, so it doesn't really register as going up. So if we come down to this shop here, which is now open, it wasn't yesterday. What are you selling in here, Mr. Man? What you got? Ah, so he sells materia. So we'll buy some fire materia, why not? We won't buy any potions and stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing how all of this looks as well in the remake. How the shops will function, how materia functions, because I know that in the remake you will actually be able to see the materia in its slots on your weapon. There we go, all materia. Ether. So this is the beginner's hall. So basically if you go through and talk to each of these people, including this chap here, there we go. So basically Cloud's going to stand here and give him a full-on lesson on anything that you want to know about. So if you're playing the original for the first time, then this is the place to come to learn pretty much about everything. So let's just go back downstairs. We will make our way. So let's roll all the gang. So this will be kind of interesting as well to see how the train system works. As well, because I mean, there is animation within yeah, so there is animation within it, but not much, and I know that they do feature the train during the intro to the game, and I'm just wondering whether they'll carry that on into this part as well. So, just quickly then, as you can see, I have equipped Restore Materia and All Materia. So if we just go into check here, because of this little red triangle that's next to it, it means that it will cast that spell on all people within my party, or if I do so desire, on everybody that I'm fighting against, on all of my enemies. So I'm assuming that in the remake we'll get to see the train actually pull off. So, yeah, Barrett overheard him calling them hoodlums, which isn't going to go down well. Yeah, that's the way to deal with people. Just punch them. So, as far as I'm aware as well, they don't have the censoring like those symbols there in the remake as well. There'll actually be some degree of swearing at least. Jumping off the train. So, Tifa wants to show me this thing that Jesse's already showed me. But she wants me to come a little closer anyway. Oh no! An alarm! Whatever could have gone wrong? Yep. So they've scanned the train sooner than expected. So they're locking down the train. And we get a little time limit in each train car, but in this one a little something weird happens. So we run past this guy and he kind of runs off. Because he stole some gill off us as we bumped into him. I love how Cloud just kind of runs around in the background because he can't go anywhere else. I kind of hope that they keep this kind of camera angle with it as well. Because I just think it's funny, basically. Leader always stays until the end. That was Biggs, Wedge and Jesse. I never would have known. I don't understand though why Biggs, Wedge and Jesse can stay on the train but we had to jump off. So you sometimes get into fights like this as well, where you'll have your back to your enemy. So the best thing to do in situations like this is just attack with magic, because it also puts you on the back row. So essentially, if you're on the back row and you are a close combat character like Cloud and Tifa, you will do less damage with your close combat attacks. And these guys have cast some silk nonsense on me to make me go really slow. But if you're a ranged character like Barrett, you will still do a decent amount of damage. You can also switch position like that, moving forwards with the change command, which means now if I do a close combat attack with Cloud or Tifa, they will still do normal damage as opposed to about half. There we go, Cloud's knocked up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to make our way down these seemingly endless corridors. Yeah, with the change command as well, so if you are in the back row and you are attacked by an enemy with a close combat attack, again their damage will do half as well. So it's like actually Cloud was saying about the materia in that tutorial, it's a double-edged sword. You can either stay at the back and take half damage but do half damage, or be at the front taking full damage but doing your full potential damage as well. So obviously with the remake, for anybody that's seen the trailers of that, obviously that sort of battle system doesn't exist anymore because it is essentially a free roam system where you can go 360 degrees around the enemy. So that's what the security sensors look like apparently. And then we have to go down here. Just go down. So there is no way that Barrett would fit in that, but he's gone inside Cloud, so it's fine. While we basically, in the last video, we went into the reactor via the front entrance, essentially. And this time, we're basically sneaking in. Let's just speed things up a touch. So, I've got it running on 3x speed, which does kind of just speed up the whole combat system quite easily. It does take away from the game a little bit though, in the same light, but if you've played this game already and you're playing it through a second time, then it does speed things up a little bit, and it helps get through a little bit more of the game in videos like this. So we'll go down this ladder, which will bring us down where Wedge is. So obviously we're coming up against some machines now. So essentially with the machines that you come across, if you use the lightning magic or bolt magic like that, it does bonus damage. I don't know whether that was a mechanical enemy, so I'm not sure whether that was the double damage that got dealt there. Okay, we've come the wrong way by the looks of things. So if we go back up here, so Cloud has been put to sleep, which basically means he cannot act in any way, shape or form until he is hit. So there we go, I've cast Cure, and because I've got the all material on it, it does mean that it cures everyone all in one go. Which is helpful, especially if you're running low on potions. So the other thing that I've just received is a tent, which fully restores your health and MP, but you can only use it at a save point. again, this is something that I'm curious about how it'll work in the remake. Will they still have the tent system, or will they just make it so you get more potions and more ethers or ethers, or however you want to pronounce it, throughout the game to kind of counteract using a tent? Because I'd imagine they'd want to add some sort of some sort of animation into that, and give it some sort of special kind of, they actually set up a little campsite, which when you're standing around on scaffolding and ledges like this would be quite difficult to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it there for this week. I know we haven't covered a massive amount of the game this week, but we are about half an hour further ahead in the game, because we're up to an hour's playtime now, and we have done a little bit of talking as well. So we've met Tifa, we've met Barrett, and we know Cloud. Obviously, we're just on our way to the Sector 5 reactor to, well, blow that one up as well and cause another billion gills worth of damage, because why not? It's helping the planet, right? So join us next time when we will go and have a look at another reactor. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week for more Fin Fan Friday. Bye bye.